Welcome dear learners. In this video, we are going to learn about HTML frames. A framed page is actually made up of multiple HTML pages. There is only one HTML document that describes how to break up the single browser window into multiple window panes. For example, to make a framed page with a window pane on the left and one on the right requires three HTML pages. Doc1.html and doc2.html are the pages that contain content. Frames.html is the page that describes the division of a single browser window into two window panes. So, three files are needed. One file to divide your HTML into multiple frames and other files which has to be included in the frame. Now you can see in this image how to divide a frame. So here we have divided the frame into two. That is, the left side contains the doc1.html and the right hand side contains doc2.html. Now this is the tags which are used to define the frames. Frame set. The first tag is the frame set. So the frame set element is placed in the HTML document before the body element. The frame set, it will describe the amount of screen given to each window pane by dividing the screen into rows and columns. You can divide the frames as either rows or columns. The frame set will then contain frame element, one per division of the browser window. Now you can see in this example, we have given frame set and we are dividing the window into two columns. The first column will be of the 30% of the entire window and the remaining column will be occupying 70% of the window. Now, the next line contains frame. So, frame will give you each frame element in your frame set. So, for the first frame, we have given the source as doc1.html and the name of the frame is left pane. And on the right hand side, we have included doc2.html and we have given a name called as the right pane. So this is how it will be displayed in your HTML page. So the entire page is divided into left and right. And you can see on the left side pane, the doc1.html will be displayed. On the right hand side, there is 70% of the window. Doc2.html will be displayed. So these are the tags, frame set, and in that you have rows and columns. So rows determines the size and number of the rectangular rows within the frame set. Cols will determine the size and the number of rectangular columns within a frame set. So the possible values which you can give in these rows and columns are, you can give like this 360, 120, that is pixels. As pixels you can give, or you can give as percentage. There is 75, 25, 50, 50, like that. Percentage of window space you can give, or proportional values. Proportional values means you can just give one pixel as 360 and the next one you can just include asterisk so that the remaining will be covered by the next frame. Now we will see the frame element. The frame element contains the following attributes. So the frame, it is an element which defines a single frame within a frame set. There will be a frame element for each division created by the frame set element. So their attributes are source, src. So this gives the URL for the page that will be displayed in the frame. The next one is the name. It is given to the name of the frame. And next is no resize. This is one attribute, it is optional. So no resize means you can avoid the resizing of the frames. Next contains the scrolling attribute. So it displays a scroll bar in the frame. So the possible values which you can give are yes, no and auto. So S means the scroll bar will be displayed, no means the scroll bar will not be displayed. Auto means the browser will decide based on the frame content whether to display the scroll bar or not. Next, we can see the different ways in which we can divide. So the first image shows we can divide the frame set as rows. So 50 per 50%, and second one shows frame set as columns. we have divided the window into two different columns. Now we can see an example for frames. So here we have divided the frame into two rows. The first row contains 30% and second row contains 70%. Now in the first row we have inserted the content.html page. The name of that frame will be top. And again the second row we are going to divide it into two columns. The second row will be divided into two columns. So you can see we can use again a frame set of two columns of equal size, 50-50%. Now in these two columns, you have to include the data. So for the left column, we are including info.html page, and for the right column, we are including courses.html page, and we have to close the frame set. Now we can see how this frame will be displayed. So in this window, on top, there will be one frame, and at the bottom, you have two more frames which are divided in the column wise. Now you can see the output screen here. See on the top, the 30% of the window contains one file, and the bottom file again it is divided into two frames. On the left side you have one page, and on the right side you have another page. So this is how we define or we divide the frames. Hope you understood frames in HTML. Thank you.